you for joining us in the journey of the 3 laws of motion. The first law states that an object at rest will stay at rest until acted upon by an unbalanced force. The same goes for the opposite. An object in motion will stay in motion until acted upon by an unbalanced force. My friends over here, Lacey and Zach, will demonstrate it for you as soon as... Okay. As you see, when Zach is dribbling, he is the outside force pushing the ball to move. But as Lacey grabs it and passes it back to Zach, and Zach stops dribbling, he is the outside force keeping it at rest.
Okay guys, hi, my name is Lacey. My name is Zach. And then we're going to be doing the second law. So if you see, you come over here.
Hello guys. I'm the cameraman.
You come over here. We're going to be doing the second law of motion. Tell them the second law of motion.
The second law of motion states that force equals mass times acceleration, or F equals ma. For example, as my friends are starting to demonstrate with their fancy science goggles.
As you can see, we have some Mentos and we have some Coca-Cola. First,
I'm just dancing here, no one pays attention. So Zach, what is the reaction you are hoping for once you do this?
When I drop the Mento in, I'm hoping all of a sudden it will burst out.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get a mess in this beautiful gym. Anyways, I'm going to stand back just so the camera and the viewers don't get all wet. I'm going to sit down because I'm lazy. Lazy rhymes. Let me move a little bit forward. So you're mixing Dr. Pepper with Coke.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
As you can see, it's starting to fizz up.
We're using it to not make a mess. This is our science teacher, Mr. Smith. Say hello, Mr. Smith.
Hello, how's it going?
This does not work. It's going.
We're hoping that it explodes.
If it explodes, who's gonna clean it up all over my gym floor?
I will.
We will help.
It
Dump a
looks
little. Looks like nothing's happening. Dump them all in. Do it. Do it, Zach.
Come on,
You're a
Zach.
scientist.
What I'm gonna try to
Do it
now
for science.
is I'm gonna try
Hello.
down the Mento and smashing it, seeing if we can get the outside open.
You're on camera. Say hi to the fans. You're on camera.
As you can see, we have opened up the Mentos.
And are putting more in. Okay, what are we doing here?
As you can see, the Mentos have not worked. The mission has failed.
Yes. Anyways, this was just for the lulz. We were hoping that we could demonstrate that the force... Actually, it wasn't a fail. When the force... The mass times the acceleration of the Mentos fell down into the water. Fell down into the soda. Because the mass of the Mento was greater than the... Because the mass of the Mentos weren't as great as the mass of this. But the mass times acceleration of the Mentos falling down into the soda caused the second law of motion. And it hit the soda, pushing it upwards, causing the mass of the soda to push up with the acceleration and then came back down because of gravity. That is where we demonstrate to you our third law of motion.
Third law of motion. First, I'm going to go take this out of the bottle. Zach will
Guys, I don't
get the
think all
things
that's...
ready.
Okay. Until then, I will just... Well, until then, as you, Zach, a great scientist, start preparing the experiment, I will just sit stand here and let them view. Watch. Scientific students wanting to learn in their natural habitats.
Save some to put it into the bin later. Now we have some vinegar.
Don't put it in. It has to be in a bottle.
As you can see, it has to be in a bottle.
Yeah. We need to
Dump this into here. And get out the Mentos if you can. Perfect. Now, we need to funnel in all the ingredients.
Okay, guys. Now we're going to be trying to see if the balloon.
As you can see, we need a dry funnel.
Yeah.
So that one will not work.
This one will not work.
Before we
No.
start the experiment, I'd like to ask a few questions. As you get the experiment ready for us to show, I'm going to explain the third law of motion. The third law of motion states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Like, for example, if I push the wall, it is actually pushing back. If it wasn't, I'd be able to push this wall, but I am not strong enough. Let my friends show you another demonstration of this, just as soon as they finish. Until then, I'm just going to carefully examine them. Just pretend I'm not here.
Okay. As we put in a little bit of vinegar, we are going to have to put the funnel in. Well, not funnel, but we have to get the balloon ready fast.
As you see, the balloon is actually pushing back, but the amount of air it is pushing into the balloon is greater than the balloon is pushing back.
Here.
So the balloon expands very slowly, if at all.
And what we are going to do is we're going to pour some more in, because this was a fail.
Well, not entirely.
Not entirely, but still a fail.
We're not going to put all of them in case we have to redo this.
No, we can get some more.
Yeah.
Because we're almost at the time limit.
There is no time limit for videos.
Well, yeah, but the time.
Okay.
Do you think that it's not going to work because we already did it?
It is definitely going to work here.
Now get
Get
the balloon ready while the reaction is still happening. As you see, the balloon expands because that is pushing up against the air. Greater than the air is pushing back. So it is pushed into the balloon. And the balloon is helping the air push back against that, which is pushing the air up. Which demonstrates the third law of motion. But before you go,
We're going to mix some chemicals together.
Yes, because we're scientists. I said that wrong.
Okay. As you can see, there's sparkles in this, right? We are going to see what it will do
That's fizz.
if we add a little bit of this and then put some Mentos in.
Mentos already in there.
Is it going to fizz up?
Yes, it is.
As you see, chemical reaction. But there is something very cool about this. You may not know, but the Mentos are actually pushing back against the soda so they don't sink. But since gravity is also pulling them,
I said don't.
what's going on, guys? I'm just going to zoom in onto your face. In and
we
out.
just have
In
some
and
more
out.
vinegar mixed.
A little bit more vinegar. That's enough. That's enough. Thank you. Thank you on letting us demonstrate the 3 laws that you may not know it, but you use every day. And we're going to set off the video with something very funny.
Oh,
You two are going to dab. Come on, do it.
Okay.
For the lulz.
Lacey and Zach are scientists. Lacey and Zach are scientists. Scientists. Lacey and Zach are scientists. Lacey and Zach.
Okay, this is scary. I'm sorry.